everyone, my name's Holly Millican and I'm a mathematics teacher from South Grafton High School. This is my first video for 2020. Now, if you watched my video series last year, you will know that I focused on the overarching theme of making maths fun. Now, while this will still remain a central focus of my videos for this year, I'm going to delve more into the specific syllabus and activities that can relate directly to specific syllabus dot points. Now, if you are hunting an activity specific to a topic that you are teaching, please feel free to leave a comment down the bottom of this video and I will do my absolute best to make a video specific to your required topic. Now, this first video is going to focus on the topic of time. Now, while time is covered from the stage 1 syllabus all the way through to the stage 4 syllabus, and we really only touch on it in high school in year 7, it is still something that many students struggle with. The rise of mobile phones and digital watches means that reading an analogue clock is something that students are still struggling with even when they get into high school. So these activities are aimed at students that struggle with both reading analogue clocks and struggle with elapsed time. So, you know, the basics of what time is. So this video is aimed at those students. The first activity is called TikTok Relay, and it can be altered depending on the level of students that you have, using half hours, quarter hours, all the way up to specific minutes. To set this activity up, you will need to split your students into groups. I usually find groups of 4 work well for me. You'll also need a hula hoop for every group and some tabs of paper. I usually use sticky notes. Now, I have the students work together in their groups to create their own clock, as you can see me doing here, and will allow them to decide how to show which of their arms is going to be the hour and which is going to be the minute, as you can see me demonstrating here. Now, once all of the clocks are finished, I have the students place their hula hoops up the front of the room and return to their seats. I will then call out a time, and each of the students has to come up and model that time on their clock as quickly as they can. So, for example, if I called out the time, 11:26, one student from each group would run up and model that time on their clock. Each team with the correct answer would then be awarded a stamp, and the first team with 10 stamps wins the game. Students really seem to enjoy this game as they get to work together as part of a team and be up out of their seats doing something a little bit different, while still getting the basic concept behind what we're trying to teach them. Now, my next activity focuses more on elapsed time. Students can either choose the intermediate or advanced clock, the intermediate clock being the one shown here, which have these little support numbers on the inner ring to assist students in understanding the terminology associated with time. I bought this one from Spotlight. Or the advanced clock, which is just your average everyday clock. Now, students are to pick up a card and set the time to the initial time listed on the top of the card. Then, with a partner, students are to show the final time after the elapsed time has passed that's shown on the card. Students are then to copy down the initial time, amount of time elapsed, and the final time onto their worksheets. I'll usually have students work in pairs or groups of 3 or 4, depending on the class and the level of students within it. This really helps students to self-mark and assist students with practicing explaining this concept to their peers rather than struggling alone or simply asking the teacher for help. Now, my final activity for this video is one called I Have Who Has. It is one that I did touch on last year in one of my videos on making maths fun, but this one is specific to elapsed time. So this one is a resource that I've bought from Modern Teaching Aids online. Now, you get a stack of 30 cards and you get to hand them out. You can either, with a small class, kids might get multiple cards. With a larger class, kids will only get 1 card each. This is a game that I'll usually use kind of at the end of a lesson to wrap it up. It does only take about 5 minutes. They are pretty quick, and it's a really fun way to end a lesson. Now, the back of these cards look like this. Students read out the time up the top of their card and then ask the question at the bottom. So they would start by saying, I have 2:15, who has 4 hours later? The corresponding student who is holding the next card can then answer. This activity could be adapted by creating your own cards but this version of it from Modern Teaching Aids is an excellent place to start. I hope you guys have found these resources useful. If you do have any requests, questions, or just general comments, please feel free to pop them down the bottom of this video. And to keep up to date with all of my latest videos that are coming out, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to Teacher Magazine's YouTube channel. It'll keep you up to date with not only my videos, but a whole bunch of other really great resources that they pop out all the time. See you guys in the next video.